Welcome to PALCS video series Winging It.
My name is Sarah.
And I'm Zealand.
And we're sitting down with PALCS staff, students, and alumni to learn more from and about the PALCS community.
And we're here to answer your questions, provide you with fun announcements, and dig deeper with the people that make PALCS possible.
Let's get into it. So today we are interviewing Robby Furlan. He's a 12th grade PALCS and USP student.
Hey Robby, welcome. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. We have a few questions for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Great. So when you got accepted into USP, well, first of all, when was that?
8th grade.
8th grade. And why did you apply to USP in the first place?
So I was coming out of my local public middle school, and the classes seemed a little menial, especially the classwork. I was going in and I was just not happy with my school. My older sister, was currently at USP, and she also came out of the local public school, and she really liked it. So I thought I'd give it a try.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the interview process was like, and if you have any advice for students who are looking to get into USP?
So, of course, they tested me academically, but they also asked a lot of questions about me, about my traveling experience, about my work experience.
So what kind of work experience did you have at that point?
So I started reffing soccer when I was going into 7th grade.
What other things do you do outside of academics that are, I guess, what you would consider extracurriculars?
So I've always been big on sports, which is kind of rough because in the pandemic, I can't really get together with a lot of friends. But I mean, I still have like fantasy football and stuff virtually, but USP has opened me up to so much more. I've gotten involved in so many more clubs, something I probably wouldn't have done like my local public school. I was actually working 2 jobs before the pandemic hit, and I've just seen my productivity skyrocket.
That's awesome.
Also, I play a big role in the Model UN club there, and we're setting up a virtual Model UN. So that'll be a great way to see people and get to interact with people. So I'm president of AIC Council, which is like our student council. I'm president of the Interact Club, which is like a club where we get together virtually and we discuss ways that we can better our community, and we fundraise. And so far we've donated about $750 to the Salvation Army and local food banks.
That's awesome.
And like I mentioned earlier, I play a big role with the Model UN Club, and I set up the upcoming virtual Model UN.
Talk to us about something that is not school related. Like, tell us something that helps us understand a little bit of you just as a person.
So in the last couple of weeks, it's been rough because the pandemic has been getting worse. So I've been keeping myself a little more distanced. But towards the start, right before the school year started, I got a bunch of friends together, some from USP, some from other schools, and we held basketball games every 2 weeks. I would ref some of the games. I would have other people I know that are familiar with the game come and ref the games. And we actually threw together a tournament, and one team took home a trophy.
No way!
And that was a great experience for me. I had to contact Township Parks and Recreation in order to get court spaces. So, I mean, that's something that I think says the most about me, because deep down, I love basketball, so I do what I can for it to be around me. And I like being a leader, so I threw that together. I threw together a team of my own, and I kind of led the league.
Nice. What kind of activities do you do at home, maybe when you're not doing social activities outdoors?
I work out a lot, and my other time usually goes to schoolwork.
Yeah, no kidding. You said you have an older sister. Do you have any other siblings?
No, just my sister.
And how much older than you is she?
She's 2 years older than me. So she goes to college at St. Joe's University, but she's been back because school shut down. Do
you have any plans for after you graduate from PALCS?
Yeah, so I definitely want to go to a college that I can study to be a mechanical engineer at. So I've been looking into some local, like Penn State or Lehigh, and then some that are kind of far away, like Virginia Tech.
That's such a broad field. Where do you sort of want to take it? Or do you just know that that's sort of the path of your interest and you have a lot of exploring to do there?
So I kind of have a little drawing towards like aerospace engineering, but from what I've read, it's better to start broad with like mechanical engineering, just in case either I sway more toward the different field of mechanical engineering, or even like that I just get the more broad experience of it.
Have you always wanted to do that, or has that been like a more recent realization?
So I mean, I've always been like better with like more logical thinking than creative thinking. So I always kind of knew I wanted to go into something similar to engineering, but I really didn't know that I wanted to do mechanical engineering until 2-3 months ago.
Nice.
So
Can you tell us a little bit about like some of your classes right now, or like have you had a favorite teacher at USP?
So I've been taking computer science, and I'm hoping that'll help me with engineering. I spoke to someone who goes to the University of Maryland, and they're a aerospace engineer major, and they said that learning Java is a great start. So I'm really excited to learn Java with computer science at USP. I'm taking economics. I'm taking it with my teacher, Mr. Park, who has always been one of my favorite teachers. He makes learning just really interesting. He's funny and he's really nice, and he's also really understanding. Anytime I've ever had any struggles in his class, he's been really helpful.
I do have one last question. Do you have any advice for somebody who's looking to go into USP?
When you go into the interview, don't be nervous at all. Just be yourself. If you're a good, productive worker, show that. If you're not, try to improve, because there's always room for improvement.
So wait, you say don't be nervous, but I'm sure even you were going into it. So are there any techniques or skills that you might recommend to try to reduce your nervousness?
Yeah, so I mean, whenever I go into like an interview, or I know someone's going to be like asking me questions about myself, I always think, I know myself. I've known myself for 18 years. This is like the topic that I'm most well versed on. So I'm prepared.
Love that.
To go in knowing that you're prepared because you know you better than anyone.
Right.
Well, thank you for joining us. This has been a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
To know you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you later.
All right, bye. Well, that was so much fun talking to him. It sounds like he's super involved in USP, and it's really helped him grow and learn as a person.
Definitely, and it seems like he's got a nice balance of, he's got a ton of schoolwork, obviously, and he's very involved there, but he has a lot of other things going on outside of his life, like his basketball tournaments. But Robby, he just seems like very mature for his age, very responsible, very on top of what he's doing, and has a good sense of direction for where he's trying to go in the future, which is way more than I had at his age.
Yeah, good for him.
Thanks for watching and Winging It.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.